Welcome back to another episode of The Final Approach. Last time we managed to get our, well, after some trouble, we managed to get our weird cargo from the surface of Minmus. We seem to have got some odd ghosting going on where it exists as two craft but isn't two craft, and I wonder whether that's something to do with the fact that it's attached to one of our craft and then it's now got to hold its data for being part of the mission. I'm not sure. It's a bit odd anyway. We have actually got enough science because I've gone with the impacts that we had on the surface of Minmus and with the science that's been going on in the stations in between episodes. We've got 600 science, so we can actually afford to do some sciences. So I think I'm going to go for... I would like some extra big bits and things like that. Structural tubes might be nice, a bit of wing stuff and things like that would be nice. However, I'm definitely going to go for this because I have an idea about something that will require potentially this we might try and develop. So we'll have that. And then I think I don't want the extra large landing gear. I don't really need the big heat shield at the moment unless we're going to try and land on Eve straight away, which might be something, but I think we can get some science on the way first. So then it's between these two, which is pretty much, what is this? We've got I-beams and we've got some structural plates and tube, or we've got the cockpit and the fuselages that have got liquid fuel in them, haven't they? Yeah, see, that might be useful if we're going to build a big craft to go to Eve. That's something that might be useful. So let's take that. Right. So we've got 3 science left. We've got a lot of funds. Right. I am going to get one of our rescue craft. We're going to send it off to Minmus, and I will see you when we get to Minmus. Right, you find me on our way up into orbit, and I thought I'd just come back quickly so you could listen. If you listen very carefully, you can't hear any engine noise, which I thought was a bit odd. It seems since launch, this craft has not been making any engine noise. I have noticed sometimes when you do craft recovery that when you come back to launch a craft on the launch pad, you don't get engine noise anymore. So I wonder if that's a glitch. Now I will point out there are no mods installed in this, so this is an entirely stock playthrough. So it's not a mod conflict. It'd be really interesting to know if anybody else has actually heard that or not heard engine noise, shall we say. Right, I'm going to put this into orbit without this time hopefully breaking off that stage, and I will see you on the way to Minmus. Right, welcome back. I am just capturing around Minmus. We're just going to pull ourselves into a polar orbit. There we go. Now, the 2 craft that we've got to go for are Recovery 1 lander. We've got to get our crewmen back from that, and we've got to get the module here, and we've got to attach to it and bring that back along with the crew that's inside it. So I am trying to decide the best way of doing this. I wonder whether we've got to go for this first. We grab this, we take the crew out of it, then we're going to transfer over to this module here, and I think we want to actually EVA our crew person out of it first. It may seem a bit weird, but I want to get the person out of it because I think that's why it's glitching, because we've got somebody in it. Somebody please tell me if you found that yourself with this. Right, we're actually going to arm this now in ahead of time. So let's have a look. I want to go for you first, so let's set as target. Our inclination is not very good at all. You're going that way, I need to go that way as well. So I'm going to come around here. So we're going to do a plane change. Let's have a look. That's altitude. What's that altitude there? That's 20. Yeah, we're going to go and do this one. It's actually higher up slightly. All right. So we're going to put a node here. Add maneuver. Right. We could actually, if I was being really clever, we could actually do a rendezvous and zero out all of our inclination at the same time, but that would be a little bit excessive if you ask me. So we're just going to do this, do like that, and then we're going to let's have a look. We want to pull this back a bit, and then we've got to do this playing with maneuver nodes that people don't like. Oh dear, go like that, and then a bit of that, and then a bit more of that. I'll lead a lot of that and very little of that, and then we're just going to pull that down. I want to actually click on, where's my give me my descending node. There it is. That's the one I want. 8 degrees. Right. Where's my there it is. Why is everything all of a sudden showing. I don't want everything, I just want this. Right, descending node, it needs to go down a bit. Okay. Need to get this down. What is it on now? Minus 2.1. Okay. Alright, a bit more. 1.4. 1.3, 1.2, 1.7 is what I'm aiming for in that one, and then we just pull this in. And I've probably gone too far now, haven't I? Yep, probably have. There we go. Right, that's 0.4. Right, can we just get it a bit nicer? 0.2, 0.3. So 0.2 is as good as I'm going to get. That's not bad, actually. However, that orbit is horrendous. So pull that back. I need to do something about that. Ooh, now, what is that? That is an interesting intercept. What is that going to give? Oh, we can do what I was going to say. So I think we can just get an intercept on that second intercept. That could be juicy, 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 juicy. All right. Just move it along a bit more. Right, that's going to put me within 1 kilometer of target at that point. However, what's my relative? My relative velocity could be horrendous. However, I've got so much delta V here, it really doesn't matter. So let's do this. This is going to be an extreme rendezvous situation. So we're going to go to here. We're going to go to here. I don't want to be on there. I want to be on this thing. All right, get me onto it. All right, there we go. So in 49 seconds, I've got a big burn. I'm going to speed along a bit there because this has to be reasonably refined actually, because it's actually the point in the orbit that's key on this one. Because of the vast inclination difference, it could actually throw us all completely off. So we're going to go now. Firing, 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 firing. Come on, come on, come on. We're back into orbit, and no. And then I want a little tiny bit more. And then I want to get onto that target there, and I want to get a bit more. Come on, come on, come on. There. Right. I've now overdone it a bit, but we can see we've got something there. So let's bring it down. Okay. So we're bringing it down 4 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer. Can I get it less than 1? No, I can't. Let's do some translation. That's not helping me. That's not helping me. What about a bit of this? No, that's terrible. Don't do that. Don't do that either. We'll just keep it there. So we're going to keep it at 1 kilometer. Right. So we're going to come around. Where are we now? We're here. This is coming around here. So we're going to come to here. This is where we're going to warp to. This is it. This is the one. We're going to do this. We're going to put this in retrograde. I am going to zero out my speed as soon as we get in range of our target. There's our target there. Relative target speed 70. It's not bad actually, because we're on Minmus. It's not bad at all. We're going to be going past pretty fast, I think, when we get there though. Our equivalence is going to be all over the place. So we'll have to see. We've got, what, 4 minutes? 4 minutes until we get there. So let's do this. Get it down. Oh, no, it's done that thing again where it's not showing me it. Oh. Right, we know we're going to be within 1 kilometer. So as long as we just keep our mind on that, I can time warp a bit on this one. Right. So we're going to be within 1 kilometer when we fire. So I can take it down to maybe 2. I can take it down to 2. 2's going to be tight. Take it to 3 now. Right. Right, let's have a look. What are we looking at? Get rid of the RCS first of all. I don't want it to throw us off. Right, we're going to be within it in 24 seconds. But how long is that going to take? I think that's like an 8-second burn, if that. So I want to fire it. I want to fire at 4 seconds. Yeah, I think so. I think I want to fire at 4 seconds. And I will need to be on it completely at this point. Now we're going to wait until he's parallel. And actually, I'm just going to wait until you're parallel to me. And then I'm going to fire it, which is now. Slowing down. Come on. Right, cut it. Give me a bit more. And there we go. Right. Now we can face target, and we can actually just go for it. We can just get close. We actually just need to hit you in reality, so I don't really mind how powerful our thrust is going to be on this one. There we go. That's better. Right. Swing the craft round. I'm not using RCS for this, I don't think. Well, we are. We're actually going to have to use it when we get nearby. But I could use main engines for this, but I don't think it's a good idea. Right. So we're within what? Ooh, we're within 10. I can actually get closer, but you know, within 7 is far too close probably. Right, so we're going to collect the crew from here. Jobin is our pilot. She's doing well actually. You did the last rescue mission, Jobin. You're becoming the rescue expert, I think. Right, so the time is climbing on a bit there. So it says we've got about a minute. We can actually speed this up a bit then. So let's speed that up. We've got to kill 9 meters per second. So this isn't an RCS burn with this craft. If I'd actually built this better, we'd have put bigger RCS ports on and we would actually RCS that out. Right, there we go. We're coming in. Oh, this is ugly. This is the ugly thing. Right, let's come on and fire now. Come on. There we go. Right, RCS. No, not RCS yet. I wanna get you targeted. Right, so I'm on the far side, so I think I need to be to this edge of this, and I need to go RCS forward. In fact, you know what? We need to give it a little tiny nudge. There we go. And I need to actually do this. And can I do this? Yeah, there we go. That would be perfect. If I can just do that and we can just drift onto it. And just drift it onto that pod, that would be perfect. Right, it says we're going to be about 50 seconds away. Okay. Right, I want to be there now. Come on, get in. Come on. Why is it always put the craft at the bottom? Right. There we go. Come on, get me on to you. Get me on. Come on. Yes, docked. Now we're going to imagine, of course, that our crew jumps out there and does an EVA, but I've actually blocked the door, I think. Anyway, we're going to transfer crew, transfer to here. There we go. We've got 2 in the command pod. I'm also going to steal your fuel. Controls Alt, that's the one. There we go. I want that fuel tank, and I want that fuel tank, and I want you all to go into here. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Nothing else that we needed there, is there? Do we have an engineer? You're a pilot and a pilot. If I had an engineer, I'd steal more of your batteries and stuff like that. Right. Let's get rid of that. That's waste now. So release. Get back to the craft. Thank you very much. Right, put this into normal first of all while I'm thinking. So, next point, we have to rendezvous with this one. So, set as target. Let's have a look. Is our add maneuver. If we do this, we can actually see how many orbits are we likely. Right there. That's the one. So if I just play with this now, like that, what's that giving me? Let's have a look. That's bad, that's worse. Ooh, that's a nice one. There we go. So what I've done here is, I know we've got a bit of a resonance orbit going on. There's a slight difference because when we separated the two of them, one of them got a little bit more energy, so their orbits are slightly out of sync. So we're going to have to go on a couple of days, but what we can do is we can see that this intercept is possible. I was looking at this one originally, and we looked for when it was close. We know that it's going to have this pass over at the top there, so that's going to be okay. So that's the one we're going to go for. Just a 2 meters per second burn, which actually isn't going to be difficult for us. We're going to spend a little bit of time spinning around the moon. I almost said planet. Spinning around the moon. We're going to put this on prograde because that's actually where the node is, if I remember rightly. There we are. Right. So this, I'm actually tempted to do manually. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it manually. No, I shouldn't actually. But yeah, let's do this. So RCS on. Let's see what we're doing. Bit of thrusting. Is my RCS actually working? Yes, it is. Okay. I can't hear it, by the way. I just thought I'll point that out to you. If you know what, we could just do a little bit of that. There we go. Oh, right. So we're going to keep an eye on this one. Put the RCS back on. No, RCS on. There we go. So what we're looking at 6.2. So we just keep doing this until we get down to a nice number that we like. There we go, 3. Because they were in such similar orbits, we're not too worried about it. There we go. So, no, I want this one. There we go. 1, 1.1, 1.9, 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.4, 1.3, 1.2. Can I get to 1? No, we can't. Oh well, we'll get within 200 meters. That's fine by me. And then we'll just warp, before we warp, turn off RCS just in case. Warp to there. There we go. Right. We have 2 crew. We just got to get a capsule and we've got to get home. That's all we've got to do. Right. Where is it? Where are you? Is that that's not my target. Where are you? Are you around the outside? There you are. Wonderful. So let's have a look now. We are going to hit you in, well, not going to hit you. We're going to be near you in 4 minutes. Okay, that's fine. What we can do actually, while I'm thinking, put this into target mode. Now this one is the interesting one because it's about where do I actually want to latch onto it. That is going to be the interesting bit because we're going to try and transport this back. Now we do have gimbal on these engines, and we do have a decent reaction wheel in the cab, as it were. But it still becomes quite interesting because it's going to be. It depends on if it's rotating at all. How easy this is going to be to actually acquire, shall we say? Because we saw before, I don't actually have control of it, even though I've got a person in it and I've rolled it before. Now we're in orbit. I don't really have any sort of control over it. So that's an interesting one. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the craft. I wonder whether we've got control now or not. It would be interesting to see if I can actually jump to it and actually spin it other ways or counter it. But equally, because it doesn't have an SAS system, actually just spinning it could be problematic for us. Right, we're in that. We want to be in retrograde relative to the target. There we go. So let's see, we're going to be as close as possible in 4 seconds. So we're going to just tiny little bit of thrust now. There we go. Bring it down all the way down to 0. There we go. So that was easy. And now we just need to find the target. There we are. You are there. I see you. I see you. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit of thrust in. There we go. I'm going to let it just do that. That's going to give us about 10 seconds until we're on it, as it were. And it says we're going to be about 1 meter away. That's about the width of the craft, which is quite nice. So that means we're actually going to be really, really close to wherever we're going to try and actually attach. So we're going to speed that up a little bit. There we go. Does the sending miles away again thing, which is very nice of it. Really does throw you off when you go into time warp and it misses out the next sort of encounter node. I think it's a bit rude actually, but I don't know if that's a design flaw or if it's intended or what. It's I don't like it. I actually really don't like it. Right, let's do that. Slow down a bit and kill it. Right. Now I would like to attach to that bit there. That is actually exactly where I want to. How is it so perfectly lined up for me? That is unbelievable. Right. Let's see. I want to rotate myself that way. Okay. Right. This on. Now we're going to do some translation. I want to go that way until I'm not going that way. I actually want to reposition my camera in reality, but I will just work on it like a carb on it, as it were. Right. Give me a bit of forward thrust. I want to be about 2 meters per second, 0.2 meters per second, and then I want to do that. Oh, I need to go back. Back. Too close. Thank you. Right. That is way too close. I am almost clipped on it. In fact, turn that off. Reposition myself like so. No, I want to be upright. That's right. That's what I want to be. I want to be relative to it, like that. That's it. Perfect. hold that. Right, now let's try this. So, RCS back on. That way. And that way. I've got my keys backwards on this. This is actually really annoying. Yeah, and that way. No, that way. No, that way. Is it easier if I do it this way? Yes, it is. Right. There we go. Get me just centered on it. Give me a bit of forward thrust, I think. And to that way, to that way, to that way, to that way. All right. This is annoying. A little bit more forward thrust. Is this going to hit is the question. This is it. A bit more. There we go. Just there we go. Relative is 0.1. Okay. I really like it if we just attach there on the back. Yes, perfect. That is beautiful, in fact. That is perfect. Right. Mittler, we're gonna transfer you straight away. Transfer you into here. Wonderful. So Mittler is now in the command pod. We've got this attached. It seems to not be phantoming anymore. What I am gonna do is we're gonna actually attach it. So Mittler, I need you to EVA for me. Well done. Right, we're gonna get you attached nicely because we can't afford to lose this. So where are we? There. Want you to there, to there. Want you from there to there. I want you from there to there. I want you from there to there. Oh, we have engines on. Uh-oh. Did not realize we'd hit the engines on. When did the engines get hit on? We must have hit the wrong button. Oh. Where's Mittler? Go. Get Mittler back. You alright there? Oof. Almost killed you, didn't we? Almost killed you. The engines were on. Oof. Right, and then I don't know if I want to do anything with this one. I don't know if I want to put another bit on. Seems a bit excessive. I think we're just going to attach you down here. Get rid of you. There. There. There we go. No, not there. We'll just attach you there, actually, where you were. Right. If you could board again. Wonderful. Right. So, just hold you where at. Now it's time to bring you home. This episode shouldn't be too long. It's going to be longer than the last one, I think. But let's get this thing home. Let's see if we can actually do this mission finally. So this is bringing all of our crew back off the surface. And that means we'll only have crew in stations then. Oh, what's that? Unknown object. Is that actually... There's an unknown object. That means we're picking something up. That means that... is that because our telescope that we're sending up into orbit is actually getting towards its correct altitude now? Is that correct? Oh, it's only 31 days away. Ooh, so that will probably be our next mission or start of the next mission while we do some other stuff. So, what we're going to do, I've just hit the engines again. Well done. Our craft is really not enjoying this now. So, we're coming around this way. So, I want to... it's about there, is it? Add maneuver that way. That's terrible, in fact. I want a bit of that as well. And then a bit of that. No, a bit of that. A bit of that. A bit of that. This is an awful orbit we've got here. Ugh. Try again. Let's do this again. So what did we... We've actually put ourselves onto a horrible inclination. I wonder if I can just... if I can just do a bit of... No, I don't want to do that. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. I want to actually bring this down a bit. Add maneuver. I want to do that. How much is that going to cost me? Too much. Not too much, actually. Let's do that. And that. That. And a bit of that. actually going to end up in the planet if we do that. That's problematic. You know what? We're going to just do it. We're just going to go for an escape here, which I think is about there. So let's see what happens. So we're going to do this. Okay, what happens if I actually rotate it round? That's the better one, I think. So then we do this. Brings us into the inner planetary system. And then we can do a bit of this. Get it down. What are we at? That's close to where I want to be. And I think that's going to do it. Yeah, there we go. Right. That's what we want to do. Right, let's get it to there. It's a horrible one. Because we fired the engines once we would attach this, and because when Mittler was doing all of his work, and I didn't realise that that's what was causing us to spin, because the craft is only slightly overbalanced because of him. It's actually caused this horrible inclination change around Minimus. So the other bodies, it wouldn't have been as bad. The small thruster that was producing wouldn't have actually been a big issue, but around Minimus you can change inclination with such a tiny amount of delta V that it is just horrendous. So wonderful when you're doing things right, terrible when you're doing things wrong. So we'll just do that, fire that. Let's just fire those engines, I think, and let's zoom in here and have a look at what we got. Right, slow that down, and then we'll just tab it in and see what's going to happen. So we're going to go to 35. Did we do last time? I think we did 25, didn't we? There we go, 25. There we are. Then we'll go back to hours and just make sure we're not hitting the planet or the moon. No, we are not. We're accelerating past it. Wonderful. What are we? We are now the module. How interesting, because we're attached to it. Right. Let us get out of here. I think what we'll do is we'll just we'll accelerate to what there? That's 5 days. That's 15 days. So we'll accelerate to here. There we go. Wonderful. Taking our time. Obviously, now we've dropped out of this orbit, it's going to take us a while to get anywhere. So we'll just stop the warp, and then we're going to bring it right down to about here. 7 days away. Wow. So that's that satellite that we've got that's doing stuff. Right, so we're pretty much sorted out the system here. We've got to get a baobab tree, I think, from the surface there. We've got to put a flag on the Mun. But I think I will actually save the Mun flag mission as something for potentially new pilots, new crew we want to train up. So next episode will be sorting out the Sentinel and preparing our Eve launch, or at least our first Eve launch. I'm not sure if we're gonna actually launch everything first time. Eve, I need to prep the land, I think. So we'll do a few episodes of prepping Eve a little bit. So we're gonna warp to there. And then we just got the re-entry to do on this craft, haven't we? So we've got 900 meters per second. Where's the planet gone? Where is Kerbin? Should be around here. You're not here. Are you up? Oh, there you are. Hello, Kerbin. Right. So we're going to come in at a reasonable tilt, actually, aren't we? We're going to accelerate quite quickly as we come towards it. And where are we going to land? That's going to be the interesting question. We're going to land where we normally land when we come back from Minmus, along that coastline. I bet that's the same coast we always land in. It's where we landed last time. Right, I want us to be in retrograde, and as soon as we hit the atmosphere, I'm going to fire these engines and just use up all that fuel that we've got, because we've got 900 meters per second, which will go down very quickly as we go in the atmosphere because of the change in ISP. So we got Hoodwig's coming back. He's already done a mission for us, but he's a Kerbal rescue. I think Mittler, we rescued you as well, so that's nice, and you've been doing work for us. And Jorwin, I'm not sure if we actually rescued you. I don't think we did. I don't know why I don't think we did, but I'm pretty sure we didn't. Anyway, let us fire the engines going and get the RCS on as well. Actually, is always a good idea. There we go. Everything's going well, and we can do a bit of physical time warp now, can't we? So we're going to land in the ocean, I think. Yeah, we're going to land in the ocean. In fact, is that? No, it's not KSC. So I think this is just further along. I think the KSC is over there, if I remember rightly. And this is a bit of land that you can often drop a booster down in there, I feel, possibly. Right, we are now we're now ready to decouple things. So let's decouple that. Wonderful. we'll just hold ourselves where we are. Wonderful. It's going to use that as a heat shield in effect. I don't even know why I put a heat shield on this craft. We're just using the tank and engines as a heat shield now, aren't we? And I suppose it's actually helping us slow down as well a little bit, because it's well, is it? That's a good question, actually. I don't know if it is. It is protecting this cockpit on the top there, which, you know, I am concerned about, because if it was to overheat, that would be problematic. It seems pretty stable. I think that claw, when a claw is attached and you've got these structural beams in place as well, I think you've not got much to worry about, really. So there we go. Down and down. Now we've still got that sort of sticking to us, but I'm guessing when our parachutes deploy, which I can arm now, there we go. That should separate us, and that's just going to drift off. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's actually very light, obviously. That's why it's going to come back down and hit us once our parachutes deploy. Brilliant. So there we go, coming into the ocean. So I will join you back at the KSC when this thing has landed in the ocean. In fact, no, you know what? Let's actually watch it go down, because it shouldn't take too long, and we can see what the water physics are like. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, there we go. There's the rest of it. Didn't hit us. That's good. This looks very odd. It does make you think, you know, you could just stick this on top of here and make a 4-man capsule, which would look quite fun. And you could put it on the front of on the front of like a space plane, which would be really interesting. Although I don't think this has got the heat resilience for that. So we are down. We recover. Right, and after all that work, we can actually see that we've got 19 days until the Sentinel is our next mission to do something with. We get 1 science for a vessel returned from the surface of Minmus. That's really worth all that. We got that done. Wonderful. We've got Jowin and Hedwig have actually gone up to 2 stars, which is interesting. Mittler has not. I wonder, that must mean Mittler's only been to Minmus, so Mittler needs to go somewhere else at some point. Right, and mission-wise, rescue, oh, that's the old one. We've got rescue, yeah, we've done that. Yeah, no, we've done that, right. So, oh, right, here did all of the science that we got. So science deployed, seismic to affect the impact, 5%, distance attenuation, oh, set up 5%. Okay, so we're getting little bits of science whenever we cannot deploy part as it's not on the surface of a planet. What is that about? That's interesting. That must have been when things were jumping around and all over the place, when we had the remnants crash. So we got the recent accomplishment of our space program. We've attracted contributions from numerous things. First outpost on Minmus. Oh, have we? We have started construction of the first outpost on Minmus. I don't remember doing that. Was that because we put? Is that because we had like a thing that had multiple people in it? I don't understand. How interesting. Surface mystery goo generated some science. Oh, that's nice. And we have recovered. We've recovered from the surface module, whatever. That was not worth that effort, was it? That was a lot of effort for some fun. So what are we actually looking at now? Bring a newly discovered into the orbit of Kerbin. That sounds crazy. A class. Is A big? I can't remember which way around they are. Conduct temperature survey of Minmus. I'm not doing that. New parts on a satellite. Finish construction of a surface. Not ever doing that. Build a new surface outpost on Eve. Do I have to put Kerbals on it? Like, is that a rule? Can I? Build a new outpost that has an antenna, a docking port, and can generate power. The outpost must be fully assembled. Right, so have a facility for at least 10 Kerbals. You know what? I reckon we could do that. How long does it give me? 31 years. We're having it. There we go. We're adding that to our Eve mission. So we need to put a orbital station around Gilly. We need a surface outpost on Eve. And we've got to go and explore Eve. That's good. Right. So, from me, until next time, have a great one.